watering schedules and transitioning to a cylinder mower after a lawn renovation, two commonly asked questions. And today I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing here on both my front lawn and back lawn. Let's get into it. Yes, g'day and welcome to a new video. 19 days after top dressing out here, 16 days that means since I leveled it all out, and it's coming along really well. Some great coverage out here. Really happy with how this is going, and one thing that is important in this recovery process has been the watering. So the day I top dressed 19 days ago, there was about 22 mils of rain or something that day, about 12 or so of it, 12 to 15 while I was actually physically spreading the sand. So that was absolutely disastrous, but also some of the best fun I've had in a long time. And so with your lawn in general, with watering, you want to be watering 1 to 2 times per week. And what that does is train the root system to grow deep down, looking for water. If you're watering every single day, then your root system is going to be a lot more shallow. But after a lawn renovation, that's what we need to do, because we've done a lot of damage to the lawn. We've ripped up so much of it, all for the greater good, but clearing out some of that crap. And so the recovery watering to nurse it back to health is important. In the beginning, watering 2 or 3 times a day is fantastic. For me, I find that sort of morning and lunchtime for about 5 or 6 minutes per zone out here is enough to keep the top dress damp for most of the day when it's sort of around 20 degrees, low 20s, that kind of thing. And now for me, at almost 3 weeks post renovation, I've just changed my irrigation this morning to do 20 minutes every second day. And for me on here, I want to be getting about 60 minutes per week. So I'm just a little bit over my normal weekly allowance. I'm at a really good amount of coverage right now. Others would probably still be watering a little bit more than me at this stage. You can see, especially looking across like that, it looks a lot better than it probably is, but you look down and we're still filling in across the whole space. And one of my reasons is purely just to use less water because the bill gets expensive on a lawn this size. But yeah, in the beginning, if you can sort of be watering morning and lunchtime or something like that, if that's achievable for you, that's fantastic. For some people, you might only be able to water in the afternoon when you get home from work. That's fine. And so for you, do the best that you can with your watering. If it can be 2 or 3 times a day, that's fantastic, 2 or 3 light waters. If it can only be every day when you get home in the afternoon because you're up early and out of the house for work, then that's fine. But slowly back it off from every day, multiple times a day if you can initially, until you get to once a day, every second day, every third day, etc. And now something that I am fortunate to have on my irrigation system here on this back lawn is seasonal adjustment. So with that, I've put in that I've got clay soil, so you can select from different options there of what type of soil you have, and then you can put in to have seasonal adjustment. So for me, on a week where let's just say the average temperature across 7 days was 18 degrees, it's going to automatically adjust for that and water less. On a week, if it's a heat wave, peak summer, where every day is 30 plus, then the system will automatically adjust that amount of water. So what you're looking for in your lawns is about 20 to 25 mil, but again, you need to work that in with rain and just the overall weather conditions. So if you are like me out on the front lawn where I'm using a manual system, I'll sort of just see how I'm feeling, really. We've just been away for the long weekend, so I gave it a big deep water the day before we left it for 4 days, came home and watered it yesterday afternoon. Today it's a bit windy and I've got heaps of other things I need to do. Tomorrow is a bit more of a chilled day, so I'm going to water again tomorrow. And because today is 33 degrees, I'm going to give it a really solid water tomorrow. If today had been 18 degrees and tomorrow was going to be 17 degrees and the day after that 21, if it was more mild, then I probably wouldn't water tomorrow. I'd probably wait until the day after that, maybe the day after that, and give it a decent water then. So I'm just automatically kind of judging. It's not super scientific when you're doing it manually, but as long as your lawn is progressing, it is hard to give exact rules and days and how much water, how many minutes to run your sprinkler for, because I don't know your water pressure and what type of sprinklers you're using, all sorts of things. And it will be something as the years go on that you'll get used to and have a much better feel for your lawn and your sprinklers and how much it needs. So out here, I am actually due for liquid fertilizer as well. I don't know how I'm gonna get that done this week. It's probably gonna be maybe not even next week, because next week I'm gonna bring in 30 cubic meters of soil into this area, and I've got work to do on this section today. So on the other topic of this video, I'm going to get out to the front lawn and talk about transitioning to a cylinder mower. And I do want to give this lawn a cylinder cut today, but there are so many other things to do with that feature garden area that need to get done and that I just want to get done, and I'm going to feel so much more accomplished putting my head on the pillow tonight if I get done, instead of spending the next hour and 20 minutes doing a really meticulous cut and recording everything off this back lawn. But I would be happy to cylinder mow it where it is at right now. And what you're about to see is me mowing this in some form, because I do want to give it a cut today. Just not sure if it's going to be a rotary mower, a very simple cylinder cut, or the fancy pattern that I'm hoping to put on here. Either way though, you'll see that, and then I am going to be mowing the front lawn as well and talking to you about transitioning to the cylinder mower. There we go, nice and tidy. And this lawn out the front here, it's growing quite well. This section, easily the best. It's just a matter of trying to see a lot more encouraging growth in other areas. I think, yeah, definitely the most lush growth here. There's other spots, particularly nature strip and those two top or bottom sections, whatever you want to call them. Just want to see a bit more thick lush growth in there first. Got to skip in there where I've got a ton of concrete to move, like literally 1,000 kilos of concrete to move as soon as I stop recording this. But yeah, this lawn pretty much ready to transition to a cylinder mower. I've got decent coverage and all that kind of thing, all those sorts of things you're looking for to not be picking up too much sand, and obviously with water beforehand to settle the sand down. Whatever sort of mower you're using, whether it's rotary or cylinder, which actually I didn't water beforehand with that rotary cut, so ignore that. With transitioning to a cylinder cut, our concern is essentially just getting too much sand in between the reel and the bed knife and making it a lot more blunt, a lot quicker. So for me, again, about this coverage, I'm pretty happy with, especially with a cut that's going to be around probably 25 mil is where I'll start out here this season. And that height of cut, or intended height of cut, is an important factor. If I was going to be aiming for a 10 mil cut this season, I'd want to be letting it probably get a lot more coverage, because that reel is obviously going to be so much closer to the ground. But when I'm cutting up at 25 or so, yeah, that's going to be fine. Or more okay to probably cylinder mow a little bit sooner. But yeah, with that feature garden build that's coming up, I can foresee, you know, over the next few weeks, maybe just rotary cutting this, even well into December. I've got a granular fertilizer coming up in 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, probably just letting it do its thing for a little bit longer, just sneaking out here and giving it a quick rotary cut 2-3 times a week to promote that healthy growth. And yeah, maybe I will just end up waiting a little bit to transition to that cylinder mower. Like I said, I could do it now, and that clean cylinder cut would also help with recovery, getting a much nicer scissor-like action of a cut instead of that rotary cut, which I've sharpened those blades, so it's going to be still good, but you can't beat a cylinder cut. So yeah, we're sort of moving well and truly into maintenance mode now. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really good season ahead. Looking forward to having that back lawn looking amazing. Looking forward to having a much better season out here on the front lawn than I did last year. And yeah, good things coming. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.